This is at minimum a $10 title.
At least they didn't try to make this a AAA, $40 release. They at least knew it wasn't that. Oh, I can change my bow. This looks so much more awesome. Oh, that's nice.
Okay, guys, I don't know. And unfair mode really doesn't do that much other than prevent you from healing. So by proxy, there's no real entertainment value beyond just constantly grinding the whole time. So 'cause now that we've beaten it, it is a total slog to just get all of the masteries. I mean, in case you haven't been noticing, everybody who's watching, who is paying attention, who hasn't watched anybody else's videos for it, this is total ridiculous in terms of mastery. We've got you literally have to play the game through. I'm estimating you probably have to do 10 full playthroughs, maybe even on solo, just to be able to get the Slayer masteries. And that makes sure that, because it doesn't split them. So if Quester kills, I don't get the kill. So I have to do it solo in order to get these masteries up. And
to get some of the masteries, let me tell you, I went into a room with 2 spawners of the type of thing that I wanted to kill. And after an hour of killing, or I guess full half hour to an hour, somewhere in there, I'd get 2,000 kills. And what's it want for silver level mastery? 8,000?
ain't nobody got time for that.
No. Well, I did just because I was tired of the game kicking my ass. So I did find time, but
there should be an achievement for this.
That would be a cool achievement.
Yeah, we just run around in circles like this for 30 minutes. It would be totally in the vein of all the other achievements that are in the game. Totally waste of time. So yeah, if this has DLC, it better not be paid for. They better open up a level editor workshop or something like that to increase the value of the game. Because there is no, as of right now, the game has no value. It's literally a $10 title that should be sold at 33% off.
At least we did get it. Like they wanted 20 for it, but at least we only paid 15.
Yeah, oh my gosh, a $20 title for this? Total bullshit. These guys should be totally ashamed for themselves for even charging that much. And this is a much more... I mean, there are indie game companies who are getting away with crap like this, but that's an indie game company, not Warner Brothers Studios, trying to milk their consumer base and fans of this series.
30 to 40 devs. They could knock this out in 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Yes. This is a fast project that they could put together. This is ridiculous. Yeah. There are dev teams of 4 who put more content in their games than this and charge less.
I'm still gonna play Angel's Advocate in that I've paid more for less fun. Alien Colonial Marines.
It's not horrible, it's just not good.
Yeah. There's not enough.
But still fun to play co-op.
There are more maps?
Yeah, but there's other better co-ops that are handled out there, like freaking Tomb Raider, the Tomb Raider games, those co-op games for the Tomb Raider series. Much better. I need to double check that. I think the first one actually had a Gauntlet cam, and that pissed me and the guy I was playing with off. I don't know about the second one though. If they took the Gauntlet cam out of that one, it'll be far superior. I think I have the second one too, because I had the first.
But anyway, if there are more maps, if there is more DLC, I'll be back. I don't know about you, Wolf.
It is Gauntlet. I'll enjoy it unless it's paid DLC. If it's paid DLC, it better be on sale for like 99 cents. Because I'm not spending. If this is $15, they owe me $5 worth of DLC at 99 cents a pop right now to make this game worth it. And by the DLC, I'm talking 5 more sets of 4 stages, minimum.
And they better not come with all new creatures that they want me to kill 16,000 of.
Yeah, the next two actual shard chapters that they should add should be mixing and matching all of the creatures. Once you
Yes.
get that down, because then you'll have provided us with enough content to actually get these achievements or
Mhm.
masteries. Once that's done, then provide another set of species, then provide a map that mixes and matches again.
Mhm.
I mean, you've got 4 rooms right now to tweak out for the game to make it worth the actual $15. And if that's not getting done, then hell with this. There's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, and you got to add more stuff. I mean, seriously, these items here, the loot in the Ring of Mirrors, even with Quester, I don't see any. Well, Quester, I guess, is a little bit different. He doesn't have the uber mega death kill stuff that the clones use. They just use the sniper shot, which is kind of lame. So
Yeah.
the Ring of Mirrors really doesn't affect Quester, but 3 of your 4 characters need not apply to any other items except the Siren's loot and the Ring of Mirrors.
That's right.
And outside,
Siren's loot is S tier. Everybody takes it.
yes,
You know what would have been cool? Here, this would have been cool, guys. If the relic did something, and then something slightly different for each class. If there was a mainstream theme of what it did, but each class changed it just a touch to use it in a slightly different way.
that would be absolutely amazing. Because as of right
Mhm.
now, the only one for Quester, the theme for Quester would be either the Freeze Ring or the Chaos Amulet. Am I correct? I mean, that's what I've been observing. It's Siren's Loot, Freeze Ring, or Chaos Amulet.
People say actually that the fire trail boots are what you want for Quester, but yeah, I find the Chaos Orb to be quite useful.
Because yeah, that's where I put the
Yeah.
bombs and stuff like that. It's an extra bomb. It kills a bunch of different things. I put it next to the I
Yeah.
don't know. I haven't really tried anything else. I looked at the whirlwind, but I really didn't see that as being overly I mean, Quester has an open slot. We'll just say that. He
Mhm.
has a
If I
little
was
bit
to
more
design a
flexibility.
system like this, I would have it so that when Quest upgrades the Ring of Mirrors to rank 3, maybe all of his illusions can place bombs. Or when Merlin upgrades the ring to rank 3, you get to choose which tree of spells each of the illusions may use.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, that's
Or, maybe the elves, his sniper shot's a little weaker than like the nukes that the
Yeah.
wizard throws down. So maybe, wouldn't it be cool if like an elven army appears at rank 3? Like you get like 6 questers?
if you want to
Mm.
go and if they want to go and Blizzard out the game, then just make it to where the Ring of Mirrors allows Quester to fire grenades.
Mhm.
All of his illusions fire grenades, and suddenly he's now the equivalent to everybody else.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, if you don't want to go that route, and we go with the thing with each person's relic is slightly different, that could be cool.
They could even add certain things to the loadout.
Hmm.
Like each of the bows could have varying degrees of elf abilities, and the top tier bow might create a rain of arrows, which also uses a potion, but that's your choice.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like having this new set, my shield throw would be altered because each one of the weapons looks different, but it's all cosmetic. They should have it to where it does. Okay, you get this weapon, it's going to add 2% to your damage total. It'll also alter blah. It might make the shield fly farther, or you get this one. It's a salvation shield, so your shield doesn't target food and potions,
Now,
things like that. I mean,
here's something that was interesting that I liked. The defensive abilities of all the different people are kind of varied and kind of balanced. Thyra, you have your shield, your defendy shield thing. When you have it up, you are pretty darn invincible, but there's not a lot you can do offensively. Wizard,
yeah,
you've got your bubble thing, your lightning shield thing that you can throw up, right? It only
Mhm.
lasts so long, but certain things, can't walk past it. And me, I've got the fact that my roll has a cooldown of nothing, It takes takes me a moment to recover after a roll. And I remember in one of the rooms in the caves where you guys were totally pinned down, and yet I had turned into a pinball and was just ricocheting around the room, dropping bombs and taking out the spawners. I mean,
And
everybody has their own little defensive ability.
except Thor.
Hmm.
Thor's ability should not be a charge like this. If I'm going to do it, I should be able to just push the direction I want to go to and release at any point in time, as opposed to a charge. So he should be walking through, you do it, and then he does this little thing and then makes the charge. Just like the Valkyrie, only does the charge. So he does have a little bit of timing to it, but he shouldn't have to sit there for almost 2 full seconds. Almost. It's
Well,
more like 1.5 or something like that seconds.
yeah.
But he's got to sit there and charge it up. Everybody else has a quick evasive maneuver except Thor, and that being said, Thyra is the least maneuverable out of all of the characters.
Hmm.
So
And Thor's got to burn his whirlwind to avoid damage, because that's the only state in which he's immune.
yes, everybody else has something at their disposal. Thor's whirlwind is amazing. Don't get me wrong with that. His abilities are actually really fun, very well done. But the thing that throws him off is his dash ability, which is supposed to be something that you basically just mow down enemies. It really makes it. I mean, forgive me for using a Dynasty Warriors reference, but Dynasty Warriors makes you feel like you're a god among men. You're going through, you're mopping things up. Thor should have that same feeling. You've got all of these abilities that he does that just mow down. You've got a crowd cleaning ability and an individual cleaning ability that you just destroy things with. But then you've got that one ability that totally pulls away from the theme of the Thor character by making you widely vulnerable to everything and not having a huge payout in the end for pulling the maneuver off. There literally is no reason to actually use Thor's dash ability that I've found thus far. So you have an entire wasted ability for Thor, where everybody else, the Valkyrie's dash, the Valkyrie's shield, the Valkyrie's throw, the Valkyrie's basic attacks, everything the Valkyrie does has value to it and is useful. Everything the mage does has value to it and is useful.
Apart
Everything
from this, the Force Slap.
I don't know what that's used for yet.
It's called
No,
the Box Breaker. That's all it's used for.
So never mind. Why put that in there? It should have something where it throws, as a force slap, it should be throwing armies away from you, as opposed to just doing that. So never mind. The wizard has a useless ability too. Does Quester have a single useless ability? I think
No.
his abilities are actually useful.
Yeah, this little machine gun like spray of arrows is incredible DPS against boss type enemies like the Heart or a Lich or whatever. And then this is incredible long range ability or to just take out a single elite target.
Scammers, stuff like that.
Yeah, and firing the bomb or setting the bomb, they both have their places.
I know setting the bomb is probably one of the most devastating attacks in the game.
Mhm.
The only other attack that I think is even comparable to that amount of damage is Thor's straight hammer chop or whatever you want to call it. I think Merlin just has the consistency of high DPS, where everybody else has their one unique bam that does a lot of damage. But all in all, Thyra out of all the characters does the least amount of damage to everything.
Yeah. Oh, and like I said, of course, Quester's roll thing. Like I said, he pinballed through that room in the caves without anything being able to touch him, even though the room was full to the brim with creatures because there was like 3 spawners.
Yeah, and when you get all of your damage out max, because when you get all the Slayer achievements and everything like that, and the big prominent character achievement, from what I was seeing, it looked like when one of the guys I was playing with on random was playing Quester, he was rolling through the basic enemy mummies and killing them. Have you had that happen yet?
No, I have not actually.
Maybe it was just a lag thing, then they were just dying. But it looked like Quester was able to actually kill the enemies. Because I know Thor, when he does his dash, he can kill things. So, I mean, it is an attack ability. But it totally pulls away from the character mechanic and the character theme, in my opinion. So, Everybody else, though, except for that Thunder Slap thing, but I don't think the Thunder Slap thing necessarily pulls away from Merlin. It just is useless.
Merlin, I mean, he had to have a certain number of abilities because of the way the combination system works.
Yes.
And you're going to have 3 elements. You're going to have combinations of each and doubles of each. And they just ran out of ideas, I guess. Had one shitty one.
But I mean, the shitty one isn't a shitty one if they implemented it. It's like, bam, now everything in front of you just goes back. Merlin gets trapped. I've seen him do it, so you quickly switch to that, and boom, you now have the equivalent of Thyra's Shield Slap that throws everything that's in the area back. So why not give Merlin that? Merlin, thus far, it would be very useful for Merlin. It would be a great mechanic, and it wouldn't be overbalancing, making Merlin any more powerful than he already is. It would be an escape maneuver that's on par with the dash thing that you can do. Only it would be a quick slap thing. It doesn't really do a lot of damage, but it throws enemies back, giving you room to switch to a different spell. Perfectly plausible and totally ungame breaking, more so than any of the other abilities that the game has. There's no reason for that. I mean, as of right now, the only real quick escape thing is that frost thing there that happens.
Okay, we've gone on a while here. We should probably just sum it up here, people. This was a forgettable game, a game that had a lot of promise,
A lot of potential.
but it was squandered quite a bit to the point where we had fun playing this. We at times had a lot of fun playing this. But if you ask us a couple of weeks from now about it, we won't remember why we had fun. We'll have had fun because we were together and we were playing a dungeon crawling game.
Hack and slash. I wouldn't even call it dungeon crawling.
Well, yeah, a hack and slash game.
But I mean, now again, what's going to happen next week? Next week, we're going to have, I mean, instead of playing this, you could go and play frickin' Path of Exile for free. Or you could do a great thing for yourself and go and get Grim Dawn. That's still a beta, and it's got 5 times more content than this game does at full release, and cost about the same price. So skip this and get Grim Dawn. There's no reason to do this game. Really, now that I'm thinking about it, for $20, you have 50 different options beyond Gauntlet. Because Gauntlet doesn't even stay true to Gauntlet, if that makes sense. Like for this to be a quote-unquote reboot, if that's what the case is, which clearly based on the story content, it is more of a reboot to the original. If you're going to do a reboot, do it justice. This is hardly quality for a reboot. I mean, the original Gauntlet, how many stages was that? Like 50 stages? 50 stages. This is at most 2 stages apiece. I'm being generous here because I don't consider the third act of each room as a real stage when you look at it. But like 3 per, okay, I'm going to do the math really quick. So that's 12, 12, 12,
and
6.
Let me point out something. They didn't expect you to go on through hard on your first time through.
And
they expect you to do normal your first time through, then go on to hard, and then go on to impossible. That's a lot you're expecting and asking of us.
Yeah. Normal by yourself, totally doable. Hard, not by yourself. You'll have to, I mean, this is by yourself, remember. If you're in a co-op group, then all the other modes are pretty easy as long as you all can get away from the freaking Gauntlet cam. I mean, the Gauntlet cam is totally an antagonistic element in this game, among other things that are antagonistic as well. There's also general lack of theme for Gauntlet. Death is a prominent factor of Gauntlet. Why would you limit him to the first act of the game and remove him totally from the rest? And even then, when you really look at it, he's totally lame. Easy to avoid. I'm sorry. This game...
You know what would have been cool? If he was the final boss.
That would, but even then, that would break Gauntlet because
it would like break it. But at least we would see him again.
Yeah, but I mean, Castlevania Dracula is a prominent theme. Death is
Mhm.
and the Grim Reaper is a prominent theme. They're both bosses and stuff, but they're always there, if that makes sense. The theme of Death is that he's always following the immortal players. The four characters are considered the immortals in the Gauntlet games. All of them, every single one, even Seven Sorrows, which people rate as possibly the worst Gauntlet in existence. I argue it's Dark Legacy, but that's beside the point. Every game the characters are considered immortals for what they're doing, constantly cheating death.
Mhm.
Thus, death is constantly hunting them to kill them. This only happens in the first one, and it's like Death's home happens to be there, and you happen to disturb his sleep.
Uh-huh.
And they don't even really elaborate outside of just saying, "Oh boy,
Yeah, and
he's here." He makes it.
Morak even says he's not supposed to be here yet. So it seems to allude that we're going to see him again.
Yeah, and it's the more you break this game down, it pulls away from the core concept of Gauntlet, story wise and theme wise. It pulls away from those. Gameplay wise, I will say it for the most part makes sense and sticks with the theme of gameplay. With the only problem being the short sightedness of their development of gameplay. They literally missed the bar so badly in terms of gameplay, it's not even funny.
And you know,
And in general, all of these stages, in the end, are forgettably boring
mhm.
and poorly designed when you really look at it. And I'm talking like the old NES had better designed, more interesting stages in terms of their complexity and challenge. These stages, one room, next room, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I mean, they started to look like they were getting somewhat interesting, but then in the end, when you really break it down, they're all a boring grind for the masteries, and that's it.
And you know what else? It kind of feels like they might have had more planned, more levels planned, but then decided, that's enough. We'll put the rest into DLC.
See, I would argue that they didn't have any. They ran out of ideas. If the Thunder Slap thing was their best idea, then they pretty much were tapping their brains in terms of their creative content with what they've got right now.
Like,
Sorry, I
yeah,
don't mean to
that's
sound
true about the
offensive about
character.
this. I really don't mean to sound totally offensive about this in regards to like insulting the developers. But this is absolutely terrible compared to, I mean, for a $20 purchase. This is
Uh-huh.
totally $10 at best. If you can get this on sale for 10 or less, I would argue against $10 and bump this down to like a $6 purchase. But I
Mm.
would say, you know what, given the games and given the development costs and stuff like that, $10 would be more of an acceptable sell for this game as opposed to
It,
anything more than that.
yeah, it's like I said back when Alien Colonial Marines was released, is that it was not a AAA title. If you paid the full price for it, you were going to feel gypped. If they had made the original price for it like $15, then maybe you wouldn't have felt as bloody gypped, you know? You would have felt, okay, I could see this $15. This got
Yeah, it's a
15.
budget title.
Yeah.
When you're looking at it's a budget AAA. If that I mean if that really makes sense.
If that's a thing,
Yeah, I don't know if
that's what
budget
it
AAA is
was.
out there, but still,
Mhm.
this is totally not worth the 15 worth $20 at all. So go spend your $20 elsewhere on something much more constructive with a company that's actually doing justice to their game. Grim
When
Dawn.
I
Oh, sorry.
originally checked the Metascore for Gauntlet, like just after release, there were only 9 critic reviews, and all of them were giving it a 91 average.
Yeah, I wonder
I've
why.
just checked it now, and the critic average is 68, but the user score is still 7.2. There are so many inflated reviews of 10, and then the yellow ones go down to 5, and the red ones are down at 1. So
Yes.
there's no, you know,
An honest
consistency.
reviewer would give this game at most out of a 10 a 3 at most. Total honest review. Anything beyond that is totally inflating it and making excuses that should be unforgivable. Totally making excuses. This game is worth a 3 out of 10 at best.
I'm the one playing Angel's Advocate, and even though I'm only going to give this a 5, it's like, average. I'm going to forget about this way
Yeah.
too quickly.
If it's a forgettable title to me, it's below a 5. 5 means that there are a lot of flaws to the game, but it is forgivable and playable. This is totally below a 5 for me, and I mean I consider myself a relatively harsh critic on games because I'm fed up with seeing BS get put out on the table. Things that look good on paper are not getting translated the way they should be, and they're getting away with $20 sales and stuff like that, or they're getting away with much higher than that. So, and in this case, Warner Brothers is totally milking the system and ripping people off with this game for $20. I at most because I do find the core concepts to be there and to be potentially fun with some revisions. At most a 3 for me, at most. But I'd have to sit probably around a 2 because I don't believe the company is actually going to fix any of the problems that the game has. I don't foresee any treatment on this game, just given the company and the size and and the reason that I'm saying this is because, as you pointed out in the Metacritic thing, when the game was released, you're looking at a bunch of 10s. Those are all purchased reviews. There is no way in hell it's not. And because those are all purchased reviews and artificial inflation for a review score, we're probably not seeing any love for this game whatsoever outside of overbloated DLC content that's going to be about $2.99 at best. I mean, at minimum. $2.99 releases for DLC. If we see a Gauntlet season pass appear, skip it, avoid it, don't buy it, and skip this game if that ever happens. Because they're totally scamming people out of their money, and I'm so fed up with seeing that stuff happen.
In closing on my side, I'm going to say I had fun, not enough. And when the DLC comes out, even though not happy about it, when it goes on sale, you guys will see more videos on this, but
Yeah, for me, there was fun to be had, and I'm not going to say I'm not having fun. And every now and again, since I do have it, I may go and play some of the other characters just for the shoots and poots of it all, like achievement hunting.
yeah.
But all in all, spend your $20 on something more worthwhile like Grim Dawn. It's going to be much more liberating for you than doing this. The company that's doing those games at least cares about the project a lot more, and they're showing it. This company, if the project developers actually cared about the project, odds are their publishers are holding them back, and it's very unfortunate that we're not going to see actual, real... This isn't the next Gauntlet game. It's not. There's no way. So, there's so many other things that they need to do to fix the title to actually make it a true blue Gauntlet that we've all been looking for.
I'm going to say that I enjoyed the co-op, but this Gauntlet does not do Gauntlet, like the true Gauntlet, any justice whatsoever.
Yes.
And if the DLC does come out, if it's $2 or cheaper, I'm happy to buy it. But not for the sake of the developers, but just to keep it alive as a co-op experience.
Yeah.
There are other co-op experiences out there that are free. So yeah, that's what makes it such a hard sell. Smaller development teams for less are offering a better experience for free. It's a tough pill to swallow when you're looking at a game like this, when it can't even compete with free content.
Yeah. What I have to say here is I hope you guys enjoyed watching us play this more than we enjoyed playing it. Not that we didn't enjoy playing it, but we didn't enjoy playing it enough. So I hope you enjoyed watching at least.
Yeah. I'm glad we did the hard mode though.
Yes.
I mow this game down on normal mode by myself. So this would have been an absolutely boring travesty of an experience to do a recording in normal mode.
Absolutely. Anyway, guys, I will see you again when the DLC comes out, and we'll see you again with another game probably before that.
Have a good one, guys.
See ya.
Till then, may the Force be with you. Hey guys, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for watching. Seriously, all the views, likes, comments, and subscriptions. I'm amazed by the support and so grateful. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, may the Force be with you.